Hello elders and welcome back to another episode in our new Let's Play the Wandering Village series. Last episode we learned all the basics of how to sustain our villages on the back of this strange dinosaur. Well, I'm not really sure if it's a dinosaur or not, but this is Onbu. He is a creature that wanders through these lands while our village sits on its back. And we have these villagers, and we basically learned how to sustain them with their basic food and shelter and some basic resource gathering. We also dug up this strange mysterious structure, and to completely repair it, we're going to need some wood planks and stone slabs. How do we get those items? Well, our research tree has this lovely tech tree over here, and we're slowly trying to progress through that tech tree to get to all these cool new buildings and things. But on our way, we are currently getting stonemason, which will give us a building that allows us to make stone slabs from stone. And we're also going to unlock this carpenter, which allows us to make wood planks from wood. Now, we have a couple of issues with this. First of all, we don't really have much wood going on for us, and it sounds like we're going to need more. So the first thing I want to do this episode is maybe make a second wood plantation thing over here. So how do I build stuff? Let's go to our raw resources and let's get another wood cutting camp. I'm going to slap it right in the middle of this area over here. So they're going to go ahead and do that build. We currently have 3 idle workers. That means we can indeed increase our resource gathering a little bit. So we've got currently our people picking berries for food, and we've also got some beetroot plantations over here. And we've got a bunch of idle workers that have nothing to do, so they can go ahead and clear this area. And in fact, we will maybe make a road that goes across here. I kind of want it to go, say, like along here, up here, and then out this way, because I kind of want to link this left side of my village somehow to this central and right hand side near Onbu's head. Here's our research for the stonemason is done. Let's get the carpenter going. That's going to use up all of our wood, which is fine, but first I would like to build a stonemason. So let's go to our raw resources, or is it processed resources? Refined resources, there you go. We can make stone slabs from stone. Makes sense to do it somewhere maybe. Whoa, this thing is massive. Makes sense to do it somewhere near our stone maybe. So what if we did our stonemason, say, right here? So I don't know if our stone is currently being stored here or in the actual stonemason. I guess some are stored in the stone mining camp and some are stored elsewhere, but that's fine. We will go ahead and build that. What does it cost? Some stone and some wood. Okay, that's very expensive, but that's fine. We will just set our villagers to do that. And there's really not much else to do. We've got some new villagers coming in very soon. Our housing is just enough, so it's probably time to build another housing. So we'll get another tent going. And then I think we will use the speed up functionality to get things going a little bit faster, because there's not really much to do while we wait for the research to start, which requires just a lot of stone. Wait for these things to be cut down and wait for this stonemason to be built. So we're just going to let it speed through for a bit. If you're enjoying the video and you want to support Data Engineer Plays, don't forget to leave a like and hit that subscribe button. And if you have any feedback or suggestions, feel free to share them in the comment section. And there we go. Our stonemason is now built. It does require 2 workers, which we don't have any to spare at the moment. But we've got 2 workers coming very, very soon. And we've got our wood for carpentry going very soon. I'll maybe just put 1 stonemason in for now, because they can just slowly make stone slabs, right? It takes 3 hours to make a stone slab out of 2 stone. I did mention these villagers do have names, so if you want to be part of this playthrough, just let me know in the comment section. Now, it might take me a couple of episodes before that change reflects, because I do record these episodes ahead of time. But if you let me know in the comment section what your name is and where you would like to work in this lovely little village, I can add you to the playthrough Maybe you'll see that in like 1 or 2 episodes. Mushrooms are decaying. Should I go and pick these mushrooms up? Anyway, our woodcutting camp is finally being built, so that's good. Now we can assign some people to the woodcutting camp. And now I think our research is also finally starting to go. And we're getting stone slabs. So once again, there's not too much to do. Let's talk to this elder first about the mysterious ruin. Elder Wartrod says, how interesting. It appears to be an ancient structure, some kind of tower maybe. What do you make of it, dear? Interesting indeed. In all my years, I've never seen anything quite like it. Or maybe, no, couldn't be. Either way, it seems to be in remarkably good shape given its age. The foundations are intact and many of the other parts look usable as well. If we can figure out how they fit together and supplant some of our own resources, we might be able to repair it. I don't know what we could stand to gain from this. Our resources are limited and in my opinion, better used elsewhere. But dear, isn't not knowing the exciting part? I think we should do it if we can afford to. But either way, this isn't our decision anymore, is it? Well, apparently we're the new elder, so we have to make this decision, and, you know, I think it's gotta be something good, right? It can't be something bad, so I think we definitely should do that. We also have our lovely little water tower over here, and it is collecting just regular water, but apparently it's got room for salt water and tainted water as well. There's not too much to do right now. I've got one dude over here. I've got no more spare workers, but I've got 2 more people coming in. So now I might be able to assign someone to work here. Do I need more stone slabs maybe? Probably get a second person doing stone slabs and maybe another person here. Get the wood going a little bit faster because wood seems to be always our lacking resource. Also, I'm running out of tools. Upgrade buildings. I haven't seen the ability to upgrade anything yet, but that's fine. So these tools are very interesting because we haven't gotten any method of building these tools, yet some of our buildings require these tools. For example, these gathering camps. And I'm guessing this processing stonemason. No, that stonemason only costs wood. Very interesting. But we only have 6 tools left, and that is, yeah. Can be found by scavengers or brought from the trader. Well, we don't know where the trader is. Where is our Onbu heading? Our Onbu seems to have gone past this crossroads and is now heading up this way. Luckily, we didn't go into the desert. Now, the whole thing about this game is that as your Onbu travels, the biomes are going to change. And due to the different biomes, it's going to affect our village, right? So, for example, if we look at our beetroots, the temperature over here is in the yellow range. If the temperature goes any higher, our beetroots are going to stop growing and we might have to grow a different crop, etc. Okay, so we've gotten our carpenter researched. Now we can start picking more advanced research, or we can do some of our older ones. I'm not really sure. I think the flop house might be coming in handy soon, and we have all the materials to research that. Otherwise, we can do something like the kitchen. Makes raw food such as berries into simple meals with increased quality. That sounds fantastic. Herbalists. Plants and harvest herbs for medical use. Ah, interesting. How do I plant herbs? That requires stone slabs. What else is in here? A feeding trebuchet. You can launch food for Onbu to eat, decreasing its hunger. Okay. That's cool. We can collect Onbu's poo and use it as fertilizer. What about a town square? Raises happiness by 1. And hold events. Okay. Well, we can't afford to do any of these because we don't have our stone slabs or wood planks. So let's just go back and do some research with these. And let's go back and build our wood plank maker. So a carpenter makes sense to build it near our wood. So somewhere like here, for example. Like, my village is not very well organized at the moment, but that's fine. I'm sure we can move around these buildings pretty easily. Good thing is my dirt road is finally done. So now we can build on this side of the world. We've got a couple of people over here. Like, the hornblower needs to be near the front. And there is a person in here working the hornblower. But I'm not really sure, does it matter that they're like so far away from the food? Because the food is like here, right? Or the berry gatherer is here. It's got some berries in it. But yeah, I'm not really sure what the implication of having it really far away is, or whether it even matters, but we'll find out, I guess. So we need some stone, we need some wood. How's our stone going? Okay. We've still got plenty of stone to collect from this mining camp, which is fantastic. I don't know what we should prioritize, because if we run out of stuff to research, then that'll be interesting. But let's maybe prioritize building this. So we'll keep all our stone slabs, of which we have 7, and we're going to start making wood planks soon. So let's get some workers in there. That's done. We've got 2 workers, and they're going to start making wood planks. Our research is going. And there we go. Alright, so what should we research next? We've got our flop house cactus. Ah, alternative water source. Okay, that's interesting. I think that sounds useful. We might need it one day, and we can't really research anything else right now. What is happening? Nothing to gather. Ah, okay, so here is our first original wood cutting camp, and there's nothing to gather now. So let's see what happens if we deconstruct this building. 100% refund. Does anyone get our tools back? Yes, we do. But not our wood, apparently. Okay, so that wood cutting camp is gone, and now we have only 1 wood cutting camp left. That's fine. Ombu doesn't look like it's traveling anywhere dangerous. Soon we're going to have some mushrooms. I think Ombu ate some mushrooms, and then we gathered some mushrooms. These are all decomposing. I don't know if I should like maybe just select these and maybe just gather these. Better to have them and not need them right now than to need them later and then not have them, right? Can I prioritize this? Let's prioritize the mushroom gathering first. So here they come. They're gathering the mushrooms. Now we've got some compost? Okay. Thought we'd have mushrooms, but that's fair enough. Apparently mushrooms turns into compost. Now we've got 16 stone slabs and 7 wood planks. So now we have like no wood. Gather wood faster. Do we feel like our 2 workers in our wood cutting camp isn't cutting it anymore? No pun intended. This requires a lot of water to research. Learn how to grow tomatoes. Tomatoes are heat resistant and have high yields, but require a lot of water. Okay, that's cool. Maybe we should do some stuff in the landscaping side, but I need to know how to get this herb material. It's got to be, so given the position in the tech tree, it's got to be somewhere on Onbu. Let me figure out where herbs are. There's a bunch of mushrooms everywhere. I don't see anything that resembles a herb though. Unless it's these. Decayed crop. Let's go grab that as a high priority. Now village is coming over to get it. It's collecting this decayed crop, which is turning into more compost. Okay. I'm not seeing anything that's herbs. Also, our food is a little bit under, I feel like. We've got 80 food left. Are we on a food shortage at the moment? Might need a second farmer at some point. But we can grab our new villages and we can add yet another house somewhere. I'll set up a tent over here next to our little research facility. What's your red flag? Not enough resources available. Alright, that's fair enough. We are always short on wood. Which tells me potentially we need a second wood cutting thing. Feel like if we build another wood cutting camp down here, that'd be okay. We do have 9 tools left. Let's build one like here, for example. This is gonna like run out of wood on Onbu at some point. That'll be really bad. Assign a couple of workers there. Now, naturally, I do have idle workers, even with everyone assigned to stuff, so that's good. With that, we should be getting enough to repair this thing. We just need 30 wood planks and 30 stone slabs, and then we'll see what this thing gives us. Now, we do need to pick something to research, so let me figure that out. Well, I don't see anything in my farm that lets me plant herbs, but we've got the herbalist. Plants and harvest herbs for medical use. Plots must be placed on grass soil. So this one's a bit confusing because if this is what the node is to get herbs in the first place, then why is this research for landscaping that requires herbs all the way back here? No idea, but let's just keep going. Now, Onbu is hungry, but it seems to find its own food, so it's okay. Let's have a look at our village's needs. It needs 1. What does that mean? Homeless. 1 person is homeless? Since when? It's alright, we can add another tent. When did 1 person become homeless? Why do I have... Wait, are they coming in 3s? Ah, okay. So they're coming in 3s now, not 2s. Okay, that's cool. So every time we get new villages, we need to build 2 tents now. Or we can build this flop house. But the flop house makes people sick. So if I have the space for tents, I'd rather have a tent until we have later on like space issues, and then we have to switch everything to flop houses, and then maybe we can plant some herbs and make some medicine to counteract the sickness. Who knows? But for now, we're getting our wood planks and we've got our stone slabs. So we're just waiting. We've got more wood coming in. All our villagers seem to be busy doing stuff. Let's let this thing run and we'll see where it gets us. The clay seems to be okay, continuously regenerating. Our stone, I'm not sure if it keeps coming back or it's just really slow to harvest all the stone, but we seem to be okay for now. All right, we've got a new building now. Let's have a pause and have a look. We're up to 26 wood and 27 stone. So let's have a look at our farm. Maybe now we can plant herbs. Nope. What did we unlock? A herbalist. Plants and harvest herbs for medical use. Ah. Okay. So this is a whole nother building. Right. Do we want maybe put this somewhere else? Because I feel like we don't want it to interact with the farm. I kind of want my farm to be in the middle of the world, but I actually don't know if location of stuff matters, because does it affect people's efficiency if they have to go somewhere to eat? I have no idea. I'm just going to put the herbalist here for now, and then we will go from there. Oh, that requires 10 stone slabs, damn it. We were so close to getting stuff done, but that's fine. Maybe we can research something that requires wood planks. Well, this thing requires wood planks, collects dung from Onbu, which can be used to produce fertilizer. Oh, we got the hut, which requires more stone slabs. I don't want to use up my stone slabs right now. A feeding trebuchet. What? Like, okay. Well, I don't really know why I want that. I suppose we can do this Onbuologist, which requires 50 stone and 10 mushrooms, which we don't have. Okay. Sacrifice villager. God. That's fine. We will hold off the research for now because I really want my stone slabs. Alright, so we've got our thing. Let's just put 1 employee in here. So we got our herbalist. Now we can plant herbs. We don't have anything besides herbs to plant. And let's just add a plot. Let's just plant like 4 herbs. That should be enough for 1 dude to manage. It doesn't tell me any numbers, so I can't really be too analytical about this. I don't know if 1 person is enough to manage 4 plots or what's going on. Some light rain, which is good. I guess, does that make our water collector a little bit faster? So let's just wait. We've got 6 more slabs to wait for. Once we've got our slabs, we can repair this thing and see what that gets us. But we finally got some herbs now. They're growing. And once we have 10 herbs, we can research herb related stuff. Do we collect some of these mushrooms, or do they all just become... Ah, they actually become mushrooms because they're not decomposing. So mushrooms can make onbu food. Interesting. Great, we've got our stone slabs now. So let's see what happens if we now restore this thing. How do I repair this thing? Let's hit the repair button. And we'll give it the highest priority because we don't have that many spare workers. But we do have some more workers here. So let's get those 3 workers. Let's get their houses going. Might put some tents up near here now. Spread our village out. I don't know, again, what the purpose of positioning anything is right now. I don't know what the most efficient positioning and layout of the village is. It doesn't seem to have any sort of impact on anything, but that's fine. This thing is being repaired. Let's slow that down and wait for that to be fully repaired. There it is. What is happening? All I hear is, it's an antenna tower. An ancient structure utilizing unknown technologies occasionally receives strange transmissions. Nice. Let's see what the elders have to say about this. How wonderful. I can't believe we managed to repair it. Dear, isn't this just like the thing from your father's stories? What was it called again? I think you're right. It appears to be something called an antenna tower. Legend has it that these towers could capture vibrations in the air and convert them into speech, connecting the ancient wandering cities to people on the ground below. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We don't even know how it works yet. Well, there's only one way to find out, isn't there? Let's activate it. What would you do the honor, my friend? How are they getting electricity for this? Wireless power. Wonderful, and if anyone else out there also has one of these antenna towers, we might be able to hear them. I didn't think I could get so excited in my old age. Theoretically, yes, but let's remain vigilant. It's a dog-eat-dog world, and we can't afford to not trust anyone. We can't afford to trust just anyone. Yeah, fair enough. Could you at least try to feign a little excitement, dear? Okay, so we've got this antenna tower and it apparently receives strange transmissions from people. Very cool. We need to figure out what else to research. I don't really know what I want. Do we need an onbu doctor? Let's have a look at where onbu is heading and then maybe that'll tell us stuff. Seems to be, it just like went past this abandoned encampment. It didn't give me any sort of things about it, but that's fine. We're going through another jungle and then there's a sleeping spot. It doesn't seem like there's anything environmental we need to worry about. Villagers' needs. It doesn't tell me what this is. Total needs 1. I think we need to start worrying about their happiness because, yeah, like they need to probably be a bit happier to keep getting new villagers in. So let's have a look. So we're running out of food. We can definitely see we're running out of food now. So let's assign maybe a second, well, let's not assign a second farmer, but let's just create some more plots here. So we can do corn or cactus. We don't need cactus, but let's just do some more beets. We'll just double that up for now and then see if that helps because we are definitely running out of berries. We've got ourselves some herbs now, which is fantastic. We've got enough slabs and everything to research whatever we want. I feel like we need a kitchen to start increasing people's happiness. Our housing quality is low. Our food quality is low. Our food variety is okay. And decoration. Okay, we've got to make some decoration for people to make them happy. Just doesn't tell me what my needs are. Oh, something's happening with the antenna tower. Seems we've got a transmission. Building upgrades, building settings. Improve the antenna, requires 15 iron ore. The antenna, it's working, it's actually working. We just received our first transmission. It looks like a pretty broken up transmission from some weird looking scientist. Static. We hear you, but the signal's rather bad. Could you please repeat? You, Ombu, talk, a blueprint, upgrade, antenna. Hello, hello? We've lost the signal. It looks like they managed to send us something. Let's see here. Appears to be a blueprint of an upgrade for our antenna tower, just like they said. An upgrade for this thing we just dug up out of the ground a few days ago. I'm not really sure about this. How in the world would you have access to this kind of technology? Don't be so skeptical now, dear. Everything has worked so far, hasn't it? I don't think we can find the materials for the blueprint calls for on our Ombu. We should keep an eye out for any landmarks on the ground and send scavengers there. Once we've completed an upgrade, we might be able to re-establish contact. Considering the fact that they mentioned Ombu, they might have even more invaluable information. Okay, that's cool and all, but how do I get the iron ore? I mean, does it look like anywhere on the map that we're gonna run into iron ore at some point? How do I scavenge stuff? Maybe from these abandoned encampments? Can find some tools. It doesn't ever give me a like thing for Onbu that says, hey guys, Onbu's like at a point of interest or whatever, and you should check it out. Now, there's some infected mushrooms I also noticed up ahead, which looks a bit scary, but it's alright, we'll figure it out. Fresh air, buildings with red flags. Alright, so our stone encampment has now completely finished mining the stone here, so let's get rid of it and find a new encampment to mine stone from. I feel like we should get the stone out of the edge first, and then later on maybe we need to bring everything over, but let's get our mining camp over here and just mine all of the stone here. Oh, our kitchen research has completed and we've got 3 new nomads, which is fantastic, but we need some housing for them. Get 2 more houses going. Well, I don't want to cut into the Ombu spikes. Now, we've got our stone, we've got our food, so our food is definitely on the low end. I feel like our one farmer is struggling to keep up, so let's get a second farmer in there. Our berry plantation is already maxed out, definitely. Now, maybe our kitchen will help us out in this instance. So if we get more stone slabs, we can build ourselves a kitchen. Maybe we can put it not on the berry bushes. Oh, I suppose it doesn't matter that it's on the berry bushes, right? Because the berry harvesting thing only goes up to here anyway, so I'm not going to build another berry harvester just up here. We've got our kitchen. Now we can make a fishery when Ombu is surrounded by water and seawater collector. Cool. Let's start working on our town square as well. That takes a lot of slabs, so I guess we'll just have to wait. Get some employees in our stone collector because we need a constant supply of stone. But let's get the kitchen going first, because then we can make some better food for our villagers and maybe that'll make them happier. We can turn our beets into like a more sustainable food source because we are running out of food. So there's our kitchen. Now we can turn berries into berry muesli. Does that make it a better source of food? I see a bar on top, which is 1. Beet soup. Okay, we can turn our beet into a better food and we can turn our berries into a better food. So let's get a worker in here doing that. Food is scarce. Total food is 14. Raw food, daily consumption is 33. Okay, so our food does tell us. So they're cooking the berries or they're not cooking the berries? I don't understand. Seems like our total food is going up now, maybe? Trying to like observe this thing. So as the farmers are doing nothing, it looks like. And then when there is something to harvest, they immediately go harvest it. The food place is cooking the food, making berry muesli, and that increases our total daily food. It just says increased quality of food. I don't know if that means that it increases the actual food value and, you know, people need to eat less if they're eating higher quality food, or whether we just need to maybe plant more food. But our farmers seem to be okay. So I'm going to try to sit here and just manage his food a bit. I feel like we have a surplus of food potentially. We've got plenty of berries in here. I've got more people coming here, but I'm not sure I want to do more people because I'm a little bit scared that we don't have enough food to support the current people. So until I stabilize the population, and we can always plant more food. We've got some more resources, so let's get a research going. I feel like our research can be slowed down a little bit, so I might staff them a little less. Wait, do I have to... Oh, you either need full staff or no staff. Okay, that's interesting. Get the town square going. We've almost got enough stone slabs for the town square, because we need to worry about happiness a little bit. Housing quality, food quality, our needs. Hungry. Okay. Everyone's hungry. Oops. I didn't mean to do that, but okay, that's fine. Let's just get that sorted. So we need some more food. Let's get more plots planted then. Why don't we just double up our beet plantation and go from there? It seems like there's just not enough food. Let's get some tents going for our village. Ombu is also hungry, apparently. It's almost hovering on the border of everyone being happy with the food. Have we finished cooking up all our berries yet? Somehow we still haven't cooked up all our berries. Alright, slowly getting rid of our original berry pile. Uh-oh, villagers with deadly issues. Something is happening. What is your deadly issue? Cordelia. What? Apparently she had a deadly issue. I'm not really sure what that means. We also have enough herbs, so we can probably do some research there on the herbs next. Do some decorations. We've got 4 idle workers as well, so we can definitely put together a town hall and just try to like make everybody happy. I think it takes a while before the impact of adding those new things happens. Starving. Okay. So we still just gotta wait for this stuff to grow. Compost organic matter. Ooh, interesting. So maybe because we've built the dung collector, if we add some compost to it, would that make the food grow faster? If we get this dung collector over here, maybe that'll help with our farm, because I can see that there is compost over here. If we can somehow take Ombu's poo, put it into our food, we might be able to get more food potentially. So all our villagers are currently starving to death is the main issue. we've got to stop accepting new villages as well. So we can build the town square now, or, well, we don't have enough stone slabs to build the town square, but happiness is not really our priority at the moment. I need to solve our food problem. So we're going to get the research to do the dung building, and then hopefully we can have a steady stream of compost coming in, and that will help our plants grow a little bit faster and maybe solve our food problem. But I'm also curious to see when this batch of beets grows, whether we should be all good or not. Yeah, I know everyone's starving to death now. Gotcha. Go eat some food. There's still heaps of berries over here, so I don't know what they're complaining about. Go eat some berry soup. Berry muesli. Alright, we've got our research done. So let's go build this dung collector. We have plenty of wood planks and plenty of wood nowadays, so we don't have any issues there. So let's get this dung collector, and I think it can only be built in the back. Oh, it's going to take up all our farmland. Build it away from the farms. It's going to take a while to chop these trees. I don't want to build it in our farm. We can build it in our clay field. No, let's just build it down here. So it's taking a while for them to chop the trees, but hopefully they'll get rid of these trees very soon. And we can't accept any new people because our existing people are starving to death right now. I mean, we could potentially get a second farm set up, maybe. Anything else we can research that'll help us? Compost heap. Compost dung to create okay, maybe we need this compost heap as well. But then we need mushrooms. Oh god. And then to get mushrooms we need a mycologist. Okay. Let's research the mycologist then. So we're going to be able to get the dung, but we're not going to be able to compost the dung. Very interesting. This place is unaffected by poison. Ombu looks comfortable. Okay. Okay, we've got the dung collector. Let's add a worker. We only need one worker, and they're going to collect dung. Can be processed at a compost heap. So this is an entire processing chain of events. How does this work? Poo into... The production starts when Ombu evacuates its valve. Okay, that's cool. So we've researched the mycologist. We just need somewhere to do that. We've got 26 herbs from this herbalist, so I don't know how much land we need for the mycologist. We can potentially do it in the middle of this forest, I guess. But also... the compost heap just needs 50 mushrooms. We could just try to collect the mushrooms. Or we can build a mycologist to collect the mushrooms. You know what? Let's just build a mycologist, get a stable supply of mushrooms. It seems to be important for stuff later. I can't build it here? Or I just don't have enough resources. Mushrooms need to grow in the soil over here. So let's just put that one over here. It's going to take a while before we get enough mushrooms to build the actual composting. But we will have a look at this. Ombu is starving to death. That's not good. Go eat some food, Ombu. What happens when Ombu is like fully starving to death? Ombu feeding. But I barely have enough food to feed myself, let alone feed Ombu. Do I have to feed Ombu? Does he not just eat its own food? Oh dear. So there was a trebuchet to feed Ombu. I guess we can start researching that. Since we don't have the mushrooms to research this anyway. And then an Ombu kitchen and an Ombuologist. That also requires mushrooms. And it also requires stone. Okay. Well, we might be in a bit of trouble. So it looks like these guys are struggling, like 3 of them are struggling to handle all 16 of these plots. Because I can see these piles of beets over here. Or is that just food? Alright, this is just food. Do they have to move this pile of beets before new beets can grow? Or what is going on? Do I just not have enough people? Don't know. It's very unclear like how much food this produces. Or whether I don't have enough water for the beets. Or what is actually going on. But the beets here are full. So what if I get them to cook beet soup instead? Now they're all moving the beets over, which is good. Okay. Don't really understand what's happening. But let's just get a person working over here in the mycologist area and let's just get them to plant some mushrooms. I don't know how much is a good volume of mushrooms. I'm going to do 5 plots. Maybe one person can manage 5 plots. Ah, here we go. Nauseating smell. An indomitable stench lingers over the village, decreasing happiness by 2. Is that because you've made some stuff? Or what's happening? Ah, here we go. We're just inside this smelly whatever. Ombu seems to be heading into a desert? No, we're in the mountains. Okay, so it's not desert. What does the mountains mean? I have no idea. Also, there is a Elder's Notebook, which has pretty much all of the different information in there. Biome events. It doesn't seem to tell me what all the biomes do. The mountains are a cold area with plentiful minerals and resources such as iron available for scavenging. Ah, that's cool. Quite a few people live here. Ground and air toxicity are average and toxic spore clouds are sometimes encountered. That's cool. Food refinement. Food gain from farming and gathering is called raw food. It'll satiate your villagers but won't satisfy their demand for food quality. Certain buildings such as kitchens, bakeries, and gourmet kitchens can produce higher, raw food, basic food, simple, higher quality meals prepared with 1 ingredient by the kitchen. Gourmet meals is multiple ingredients in the gourmet kitchen. Food management. The food management window gives you overall overview of all the food resources you've produced so far and their current amount. They're also sorted by food tier. For example, you wanted all berries to be made into berry muesli without being eaten raw. Additionally, the food management window contains info about the amount of food consumed every day and how long your current food reserves would last. That sounds useful. Is this the food management window? Where is food management window? Let's go in here and try to figure that out. There's a worker management window. Okay. And there's the food management window. So our raw food is 36 out of 36. Simple meals, gourmet meals, total available. Last foods eaten, berry muesli, food quality. Daily consumption 36, lasts until day 23. So I'm basically producing as much food as I'm eating at the moment, according to my food management thing. So we can sacrifice a villager to feed Onbu. We obviously don't want to do that. We want this, Onbuologist, but we need some mushrooms. And a lot of stone. I feel like we don't need as many stone slabs anymore, so I might get this going down a bit. And I don't know if we want a second stonemason. Maybe we'll get a second stonemason going, because it seems like we need a lot of stone for stuff, and we still have 9 tools left. So now that we need stone, we'll get another mining camp and maybe start like digging out all this stone over here. And put it here to get rid of this top stone. Now the mushrooms are being built, but we can maybe help it out by harvesting some of these. Because our Onbu Umbu's not hungry anymore. Oh my god. Also, are our berries still growing because it's colder now? Ah, beets. So this is perfect temperature for our beets. Nice. So let's get a couple of workers in here. We've still got 9 free workers, so we don't need any more people. Let's solve our food problem first. We need mushrooms. So that's 10 mushrooms. Get these collected. Do we see any more mushrooms on our map? Could have been collecting all these mushrooms. Ah, here's a bunch. Mark them for collection. Their growth is a little bit slow because we're not in that nice high. Oh, nope. Now it's cold. Temporary temperature decrease. Okay, so that's going to slow our mushroom growth, but our beets are okay in this very cold, freezing temperature. Let's see if we can acquire some iron ore at some point. What is this? Short cold snap. Is this iron? There's a bunch of nomads looking for a new home, and there's an abandoned encampment over here. There's a mine over here. No party available. Ooh. So once we're in range of this mine, we can maybe grab it. Build a scavenger hut to send expedition parties to this location. All right. There's a bunch of different directions we can take with this, but I still feel like we need to focus on our food because we just need more food. We have 9 free villages, which means I can build a second farm, I guess. But is that what we want to do? Potentially. So we have 9 free workers. Let's just build a second farm. I feel like we need it. Now it's going to be a little bit far from the water source, but I guess we can rearrange all our stuff later. I'm going to build it over here just to spread out everything. And we're still waiting for a bunch of mushrooms. We've got 13 at the moment. And they're kind of growing, just very, very slowly. Okay, let's get some farmers in here. And let's get some beet plantations down. Okay, we've got another 16 plots of farmland down. Let's see how much they produce. Do I need maybe like another kitchen as well? I have no idea. Is there anything we can research that doesn't require mushrooms? Is my next question. This thing requires a lot of clay and a lot of mushrooms. You can try to fish. You can build a better house, but that requires a lot of clay as well. Don't really want to use up all my clay. Alright, let's get the ombuologist going. Oh, that requires all my mushrooms. Maybe not. All of this stuff requires mushrooms. Am I running out of water? It says I have like no water left. I have all this crop, but not enough water for the crops. So I guess I need another air well. That's fine. Let's get another air well going then. We've got the workers for it. I see the resource management is really coming in now. Like it's a very, all right, I need this. I'm going to add more of this and then we're going to run out of this other thing. And then yeah, etc, etc. Round and round we go. But that's fine. We're slowly getting our mushrooms. I suppose we can just plant more mushrooms. Like why not? I think this one worker is perfectly capable of handling all that. And we can probably plant more herbs as well in case we need like a ton of herbs later on. Might as well. This one farmer looks very bored. We don't need more workers. So we've got our air well. Let's get a worker in there. This thing will start producing water, hopefully. The humidity is just reasonable, so we're definitely getting water. Now we're getting more food. All right, so now we're in the 40s for food. So that's sort of helped us out a little bit. Now we can potentially increase our population a bit more. All right, I think we're stable now. Our food is no longer an issue, and we still haven't got our 50 mushrooms yet, but that's fine. We've planted a lot more mushrooms, and this one farmer seems to be completely okay with doing this. Let's get like 3 more. Get a plot of 15 going. Why not? We need the mushrooms. So in terms of research, how do I get that scavenger tent? Because fixing that antenna seems to be a bit of a priority. Must be somewhere. I must be missing it. Ah, we can research the scavenger hut already. So let's just get this going then, because it requires stuff that I don't really care about right now. While we're waiting for our 50 mushrooms. And at least we can get the iron going and try to scavenge that if possible. We've got the workers, we've got the food, we've got everything. We could get more people in. Let's have a look at everyone's happiness. Still got some needs. I don't know where to see that. Is there like a panel? I don't see a panel for this sort of stuff. Yeah, no idea. Our food is definitely in surplus now, which is good. Our water is completely gone. We've got a bunch of mushrooms that we can collect. Help out our 50 mushroom goal. Got a bunch here too. Ombu is tired. Ombu needs to have a nap. Okay, so we've got 31 mushrooms now. We're getting there. These guys are farming all the mushrooms. I think we've stabilized our food now. We've got 53 food. We can definitely get new workers in. We're researching our scavenger so that we can go out into the mountains and get ourselves some iron at some point. So I think we're all good. I think we'll leave it here for this episode. We've definitely done a lot of expansion. We've got the next sort of stage of raw materials, which is our slabs and our planks. And we've done some onbu stuff. We're getting ready to get compost. So plenty of progress. We'll leave it here this episode. If you've enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like and sub, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching.